Okay, so to continue where we left off, the distributive property, you can take the a times the b plus c, so you get a times b plus a times c. You can actually do this backwards too. So if I had the a plus b, oops, not what I want. Let me erase this. So if I did a plus b plus c, if I did the a plus, wow, again, let me erase this. So if I did a plus b and then times c, you can actually distribute from the back too. So you can do the c times a and then the c times b. So I get a times c plus b times c. You get the same thing. All right, so the distributive property is super duper helpful when it comes to multiplying like weird numbers. So for example, when I take the number 3 times 127 off the top of my head, I don't know what that is, but I can actually break this 127 into groups of nice numbers. Like for example, I could take this 3 times, I know 100 plus 20 plus 7 is the same thing as 127. But now I can easily take the 3 times the 100, which gives me 300. I can take the 3 times the 20, which gives me 60. And then I can take the 3 times the 7, which gives me 21. And then all I have to do is add. So I have 300, well, 60 plus 20 is 81. Off the top of my head. Didn't know what 127 times 3 was, but I can use the distributive property to do that. Same thing, like 3 times 99. Well, 99 could be written as 100 minus 1, so if I did 3 times 100 minus 1, 3 times 100 is 300. 3 times 1 is 3. 300 minus 3 gives me 297. Very easy way of using the distributive property. And I think your homework has you do a couple problems like that. Want to kind of go over when we get into some negatives. If I did negative 8 times 3x minus 4, we have to be careful. I have the negative 8 times, and you always take the sign in front, so I always like to circle that. So we take the negative 8 times the 3x, and then I have a minus the negative 8 times 4. Which, when you take a minus and negative, you end up really adding. So you have negative 8 times the 3x plus 8 times 4. Negative 8 times 3 is negative 24x plus 32. And because we don't know what x is, we are done with that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is combining like terms. And I would like to highlight that because we use this a lot too. So I'm going to highlight this. In order to talk about combining like terms, let's look at terms first. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's a number, a variable, or the product of a number and variable. We're going to talk about coefficients. Okay, so a coefficient is the number that comes before the variable in each term. So like for example, here we have an expression 2x plus 3 made of two terms. Here's your first term, 2x. Here's your second term, number 3. The 2 is your coefficient. It comes before the variable. Your 3 happens to be a constant term. It has no variable, so there's no coefficient in that one. We can talk about leading coefficients. So like if I have 2x squared plus 3x plus 4, you have 3 terms here. The 2 is a coefficient, the 3 is a coefficient. But because we have the number 2 up here in the front, this one happens to be your leading coefficient. We can talk more about that stuff later, but these, your 2 and the 3 are your coefficients. And we always take the sign in front. So I mean, if you have a negative 2 here, your negative 2 would be your coefficient. Okay, let's talk about combining like terms. Okay, so in order for us to be able to combine them, they have to be like. So they must have the same variable, and the same power in order for you to combine them. And by power, I mean exponent. So you might get a bunch of terms that you're going to see, can we simplify this any farther? Can we make it simpler than what was given? So if I give us 6x plus x plus 3x plus 5x squared plus 10x squared, this is a really long expression made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, but I'm hoping that there's some things that we can combine in order to make our life a little easier here. Let's see. Oops. All right, so for example, I like to circle the ones that look alike. So like the 6x, the x, and the 3, they all have the same variable, and they all are to the same power. There's just one x there. So if I were to combine them, I have a 6x plus an x, there's 7 x's, and 3 x's, give us 10 x's total. Plus, I have the 5x squared, the 10x squared. So if you have 5x squareds and 10x squareds, you have 15x squareds.